is here. All right, you stay right here and I will be right back. All right, I've got it. I don't know how they knew. Maybe their ears were ringing or it was fate and destiny, but our friends over at KraftGeek have sent us a brand new easel to upgrade my studio. And as you can see from those first few clips here, I'm in desperate need. This is coming at a wonderful, fantastic, perfect time. My studio has been kind of falling apart lately. We've been using a lot of elbow grease, a lot of duct tape to keep things running here at the Cassie Draw studio, and we're at the bottom of the barrel here. That desk behind me, you know, just by the sounds, it's on its last legs. So I'm excited to unbox this with you today. We're going to be working on a small painting a little later on in the video, so stick with me. But we're also going to be doing a full unboxing and review of this KraftGeek easel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to put this box down, which is surprisingly lightweight, by the way. We're going to do the unboxing first. I have not opened this yet. All the tape is perfect and pristine. So we're going to do this together. We're going to do a very honest first look, and then we can go ahead and start painting. All right, I had to run and get an X-Acto knife because this box was really heavily taped and my pencil was just not cutting it. So I went and grabbed an X-Acto knife, got the outer layer open, and now we can go ahead and get the easel out. All right, just bear with me here for a second. There we are, KraftGeek Inspire Easel. Let's get this cardboard out of the way. Beautiful. All right, there you have it. KraftGeek Inspire Easel stand with a beautiful, beautiful graphic. Now, for those of you who have never been to my channel before, I actually went to school for graphic design. So the first thing I notice about products is always their packaging. And KraftGeek has done an exceptional job. The material that this easel is packaged in is a really soft, beautiful matte box. And yeah, I'm living for this. This is beautiful. Let's turn it over. There's an overview of our easel, what it looks like. We're gonna get to that in a minute. I'm taking this all in. And then we have our points about our easel. For example, compact and portable, stable anchors, instant height adjustment, which is something we're gonna talk about. I'm very, very excited for. Of course, our warnings, watch your fingers. And then we have our quick start guide as well on the side. All right, now let's get this outer shell off and get to the meat and potatoes, the moment we've all been waiting for, and check out this easel. There we go, get that wrap off. Here we go. Okay, so we've got our quick start guide, which is fantastic. Really, really cool on the vellum paper. I love that, so different. Pull out sides, pull out anchor, unlock bottoms. Okay, all right. Let's put this to the side. Ooh, there she is. Oh my God, beautiful. I just want to take this in for a moment. This is beautiful, really well packaged. The easel is absolutely stunning. Even just the first few seconds of me holding this, really, really well made, sturdy, just, it looks so beautiful. I've never had an easel this pretty before. Oh my gosh, so we've got our easel here. And then of course we have our little instructions. Wow, okay, I see you, KraftGeek. All right, so now that I have this easel out of the box, we can go ahead and start to paint. Now I'm going to start my painting process in the seated position. So I'm going to leave this easel in the desktop configuration, but if I feel like I need a stretch or a change of scenery, I can go ahead and extend this easel to a standing position. Now, when I first heard about this easel, that was one of the main things that I was really excited about, was the ability to increase the size or decrease the size depending on my needs. As someone with fibromyalgia, sitting and painting for a long time can be really painful and uncomfortable. So being able to adjust this, if I need to stand, maybe my legs are really sore that day, I can still stand and get work done. And I feel like that's going to increase my productivity a lot. Admittedly, with my sit-stand desk, because of that manual crank, being so bad. I just haven't been doing it as frequently as I should, and I'm kind of paying for it. So I'm eager to try this. We'll start sitting and then we'll go from there. To get this easel ready, basically what we're going to do is we're going to extend those legs outwards to the left and the right, and then I'm going to flip this over and use the back arm and extend that outwards. And it's basically this cute little triangle for the desktop configuration, and that's it. So to hold on to our canvas, the KraftGeek easel has these little ledges that will extend outwards at the bottom of our easel, and it also has an extendable arm at the top. So I'm going to pull this unit out and upwards. You're going to see it extend, and that we can go ahead and adjust to the height of our canvas. It has a locking feature on the back, so when, as you can see here, you put your canvas on it, you adjust to the size, you can lock that in so it won't move. Now, something to keep in mind here, I use quite a thick, deep canvas, so you're going to see that this arm only extends about half or 3/4 of the depth of my canvas, so it's not going to lock it in entirely. However, it did hold on to it quite well. Now that my canvas is all set up, we can go ahead and start to paint. By this stage in the painting, my legs were getting a little tired and I knew I needed to change. So I'm going to go ahead and configure this easel to the standing position. And in order to do that, there is a little rotating piece at the bottom of the legs. We turn that to the unlock, and from there you're able to extend the legs to your desired height. All right, so I just finished painting our purple little landscape, and I wanted to give you my honest feedback on this easel. I wanted to get to this before I started studio cleanup, getting a snack, because by the time I got back to this, I would probably forget my train of thought and not get all of the points that I wanted to list. So the first thing that I wanted to say is this easel surpassed my expectations. I did not go into this experience really with any prior knowledge at all, and I was kind of an open book or clean slate. So I really went into this very open-minded, no expectations, and I wanted to just see how this would work for me and whether or not it would fit into my studio. So the first thing that I noticed about this easel is how sturdy it is. Now, I'm a very fast, rough painter. So when I'm doing my underpaintings or I'm doing that initial sort of gradient in our sky, for example, those are really, really tough brush strokes that I'm using with a lot of force on the canvas. And despite this canvas not fitting into the parameters, it is a little bit shorter than that top kind of clasp. Despite it being smaller, it actually held up really quite well, and I didn't have a lot of wiggle or a lot of flopping around on this easel, which I was pleasantly surprised. I work normally on smaller canvases, and that was one of my concerns, is how floppy is this going to be? Is it going to be unsturdy? Is it going to be, moving around quite a lot? And I was surprised that I actually found myself not holding onto my canvas. I just kind of let those bottom gripper feet kind of hold onto the canvas itself, and it did a really, really great job. Another thing that I loved about this easel was just how quick and easy it was to set up, but also adjust mid-painting to fit my needs. So whether I wanted to be seated with the desktop version or if I wanted to be standing with the extended version, it took me 30 seconds to extend those legs to their fullest capacity and be able to stand and paint. I know you guys can't see a lot of my studio space here, but it is a really small room with a lot of things in it to get started painting. And so sometimes I feel a little bit discouraged and, dare I say, lazy to change my setup to fit my needs. Crank my table, fix my desktop easel, adjust my chair. There's a lot of things that I need to fix that take a little bit of time. And by the time I do that, sometimes I don't want to paint after. Whereas with the KraftGeek easel, I was able to, in 30 seconds, take it from my desk, extend the legs, and be able to continue painting. So it expedited that process for me and kind of encouraged me to continue to switch things up as I needed to. A little side note as well, I was also thoroughly impressed that this easel came ready to go right out of the box. I am one who sometimes struggles with the visual instructions. You do not want to see me try to build something from IKEA unless you have 10 years to wait. So the fact that this easel came to me already prepared, ready to start painting was a big bonus. Overall, this easel has been phenomenal and a wonderful addition to my studio, and I really do look forward to seeing what I'm going to create on it next, and even try to challenge myself maybe with some plein air artwork. I know we haven't touched on that. I am not a big plein air artist. However, something like this, the Inspire KraftGeek Easel, would be a phenomenal tool to use to be able to paint outdoors and kind of challenge myself in that way. So maybe, give a like and a comment if you want to see a plein air stream or a plein air video with this easel. I would love to try it. I never have before, but I think that would be a really, really cool idea. So let me know in the comments, and I look forward to seeing your response. All right, now I know you're dying to see the final painting, but I did just want to take a moment and say thank you to KraftGeek for sending me this easel. Now, I had an absolute blast creating on it, and I look forward to what else you're going to make. But if you yourself would like to check out this easel and maybe upgrade your studio, you can check out their links in the description box below, as well as a special coupon to help you save on your own KraftGeek purchase. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment. Of course, hit the subscribe button to join our beautiful YouTube family and the bell to be notified when I upload next. A big shout out to our Patreon members. Thank you so much for your support as always. And if you would like to join our Patreon, you can click the link in the description box below to find out more. Now let's take a look at our painting.